All right, so those were all the guided practice problems that we did yesterday. So just going through some of the examples out of the homework problems. Number 4, 8 minus 2 squared. So following PEMDAS, what would we need to do first?
Exponents.
Okay, so what would that be equal to?
4.
Yep. So then we have 8 minus 4, which is 4. Let's see, number 6, 5 times 2 raised to the 3rd plus 7. So what do we do first with this one?
Exponents.
So what is that?
8.
So we have 5 times 8 plus 7, and then what?
Multiply 5 times 8.
So then we have 40 plus 7, which is just 47. Let's see. Number 8. So this one is 1 plus 5 raised to the 2 divided by 50. So first step in this one.
Exponents.
So 1 plus 25 divided by 50.
And then dividing.
So 25 divided by 50 is going to be 1/2. So 1 plus 1/2, or if you want to write it as 0.5, however you want to do it. So this is going to end up being 1.5 for your answer. Let's jump down to 12. So 24 plus 4 times 3 plus 1. So what should I do first with one like this?
Parentheses.
So combine the stuff that's inside. So that's going to be 3 plus 1 is 4. And then what?
And then 24 plus 4.
Well, so what is what's happening when I have 4 and then a parentheses and another number? What do you do? You're multiplying, so we want to do that part first. So it's going to be 24 plus 16, which is what, 40? Right. 14, we have 24 divided by 8 plus 4 squared, or 4 raised to the 2nd power. So what is my first step with this one?
Parentheses.
Okay, and then within the parentheses, I have 8 plus 4 raised to the 2. So what do I need to do first out of that?
Exponents.
So I'm going to have 24 divided by, and then 8 plus 16. So then we need to finish what's in the parentheses. So it's going to be 24 divided by 24, which is just 1. Next one, they decided to throw some fractions in there. So number 16, we have 1/6 times 6 plus 18 in parentheses, and then minus 2 raised to the second power. So what do we do with this one?
Parentheses.
So we have 1/6 times 24 minus 2 squared. So what do I do next?
Exponents.
Yep, so we're going to do the exponents next. So 1/6 times 24 minus 4.
And then 1/6 multiplied by 24.
Yep, and so that's going to give you 24/6, which 24 or 6 goes into 24 how many times?
4.
4. So then we have 4 minus 4, bless you, is 0. All right, and then they decide to really combine everything in this last problem in this section. So 18, we have 8, and then we have a bracket, and then we have 20 minus parentheses, 9 minus 5. Close the parentheses, there's a square on the parentheses, and then they close the bracket. Okay, so remember when we have in PEMDAS, the PEMDAS, sometimes they'll switch to GEMDAS, so it's all grouping symbols. And so the brackets can also be treated as a grouping symbol. So we're going to do everything that's in the brackets is going to be our first priority, and then within the brackets we're going to go through PEMDAS inside of it. So with that, what is the first part that I'm doing out of the bracket?
Parentheses.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the 9 minus 5. So copying everything else down. That's going to be 4 raised to the 2. Now what?
Exponents.
So I'm going to do the exponent. So 8 and then the bracket 20 minus 4 raised to the 2 is 16. And then now that I have it simplified down in the bracket, I can just do the subtraction. So 8, and then the bracket has 4 left in it. And so then lastly, you can do the multiplication part because we wanted to take care of, even though 8 is being multiplied by the 20 minus 16, we needed to finish everything that was in there. And so then that gives you 32. Any questions about any of those ones? Are we okay with the order of everything and all that? Okay. Were you able to watch the video yesterday?
No.
No. Okay. Yeah, there's some over here. So basically yesterday we just did other examples of these as well. So. All right, so then the last thing in this section is evaluating the expression. So kind of like what we did in the last section that we did, but it's basically giving you a little equation and then you're plugging in the number that they're giving you for the variable. So like with 22, they give you 4n minus 12 when n equals 7. So all we're doing is replacing n with 7 and then doing the same thing that we were just doing in the first little section of problems. So we would have 4 times 7 minus 12. So then we still following, doing our multiplication first, so that's going to be 28 minus 12, which is 16, right? Yeah, 16. Let's see, 24 kind of similar. We have 6t raised to the 2 minus 13 when t equals 2. So I have 6, and then I always like to put whatever I'm filling in parentheses, raised to the 2 minus 13. So what do I do first with this one? The exponent, so I'm going to do the 2 raised to the 2nd power, so that's going to be 6 times 4 minus 13. So then I've got my multiplication, so that's going to be 24 minus 13, which is 11. Let's see, 26. 5 times w minus 4 when w is equal to 7. So we're going to plug in 7. So we have 5 times 7 minus 4. So what do I do first with this one?
Parentheses.
So 7 minus 4 is 3. So I'm going to have 5 times 3, which is 15. (28) 9x plus 4 over 3x plus 1 when x is equal to 7. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in the 7. So that's 9 times 7 plus 4 over 3 times 7 plus 1. So another type of grouping symbol is the fraction bar. And so when we have that, we want to treat that as do the top first, then do the bottom, and then do the division part of it. Instead of, like, don't try to do the division part of the fraction bar before you add or subtract. Do the top, then do the bottom, and then combine them. So on top, I have 9 times 7, so that's going to be 63 plus 4 over 21 plus 1. And that's going to be 67 over 22. And you can just leave it like that. You don't need to, why did that just do that? You don't need to change it or whatever. You can just leave it. Alright, the last one I'm going to have you guys try by yourself for a second, and then we'll talk about it. This one is b raised to the 3rd minus 21 over 5b plus 9 when b equals 3. So I'm going to have you try to solve that one real quick. Alright, so first you would have plugged in the 3. So you got 3 raised to the third minus 21 over 5 times 3 plus 9. So then what did you do? The exponent. So what was 3 raised to the third? 27 minus 21 over 5 times 3 plus 9. And then what?
5 times 3.
So 27 minus 21 over 15 plus 9. And then what'd you do?
Minus 27 minus 20.
So that was 6 over 15 plus 9. And then what?
15 plus 9.
So that's 6 over 24. And then what?
And then divide and simplify.
Okay. And what did it give you when you simplified?
1 over 4.
Yep. Awesome. Any questions about any of these ones? Pretty good with PEMDAS overall. All right. So I think what we're going to do is I am going to give you some problems. They're not due till Friday, but you do still have a little bit left time-wise. Let's do 5, 9, 11, 15, 23, 25, and 29. And then tomorrow I think we'll probably do like an order of operations, like the punchline worksheet like you did the other day for the other section, just to make sure we got it down. And then I think we'll do just a small quiz on Friday on this section and the last section. So I think y'all pretty much got that down. And then obviously you still have to remember it for the test, but then you don't have to worry about it over the long weekend. So